Welcome to Mojo Travels, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 reasons to make Romania your next trip. Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Mojo Travels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the top selling points for visiting this country at the crossroads of Europe, and why it should be at the top of your travel list. Number 10. The cost. Often overlooked in favor of the more popular destinations to the west, Romania has only recently begun to gain more widespread attention. From 2006 to 2019, the number of foreign visitors more than doubled, jumping from over 6 million to over 13 million. And that makes sense because, as we'll be discussing today, Romania is a country with a lot to offer. Not only that, but you can experience the country for a fraction of what you'd spend in the likes of Italy, Sweden, Spain, or the United Kingdom. Even in the capital city, which is considered the most expensive part of the country, one can get comfortable accommodations for as little as $35 per night. Meals average about $10 at a sit-down establishment, and transportation is similarly cheap. In short, your money goes far. Number 9. A blend of cultures. What comes to mind when you think of Romania? If your list begins and ends with Vampire Legends of Transylvania, that's okay, you're not alone. But the reality is, this nation boasts a long and storied past, and the fact that this isn't more widely known arguably only makes it all the more interesting to explore. Romania's golden age saw it flourish as a nation of artists and bold thinkers. Under communism, however, the government rigidly controlled most aspects of life. Modern-day Romania is a collage of this diverse history. As you travel across the country, in addition to Romanian, you'll hear German, Hungarian, and Turkish. And because of its varied religious roots, Romanian houses of worship are among its most notable attractions, and they include mosques, synagogues, and various types of historic churches. Number 8. Hiking the Bucegi Mountains. There are countries you visit to explore the famous city life and culture. Others beckon with their stunning natural landscapes. Romania, however, is a remarkable balancing act of both. In order to do the destination justice, you really need to do a bit of everything. Now, we'll be talking about wild Romania at length a little later, but we'd be remiss not to single out hiking in the Bucegi Mountains. For outdoor enthusiasts and adventure lovers, this is an absolute must-do. Located in southeastern Transylvania, the Bucegi Mountains boast rugged terrain and breathtaking views. Most of the trails, however, are fairly accessible day hikes. With cable cars facilitating the process, they're also notably family-friendly. As you navigate the verdant, rocky terrain, you're sure to encounter some wildlife, as well as farm animals. Number 7. The Danube Delta. The second largest of its kind in Europe, the Danube River Delta is another great place to appreciate the natural beauty of Romania. Stretching into Ukraine, the delta encompasses a number of distinct ecosystems. When you consider that the Danube River originates over 1,700 miles away in the Black Forest of Germany, you can't help but marvel at the raw power of these waterways, and their importance to human development. The river provides hydropower and has long been a source of drinking water to settlements along its shores. Kayaking, bird watching, and fishing are three of the most popular activities in the delta, but the villages also have much to offer, especially in terms of seafood. The delta even boasts a few quiet beaches. Number 6. Folk traditions. Though Romania's cities are modern and vibrant, venturing out into the countryside can often feel like a journey back in time. There are many pockets of rural Romania that maintain a fairly simple way of life, one that's very much tied to the land and age-old traditions. Thankfully, Romania is also equally known for its hospitable and welcoming locals. Curious travelers will often find themselves invited to join the festivities and observe local customs. Pottery, bread making, local handcrafts, including weaving, continue to be practiced the old-fashioned way in many towns. And it's not just for tourists. Both in the city and in smaller towns, the annual calendar boasts a number of festivities and events that honor the country's past and rich traditions. Number 5. A taste of history and culture. Like we were saying, Romanians are very proud of their traditions. As such, many of the dishes that you'll sample while exploring the country are the result of countless generations of refinement. When you sit down to dine in this European nation, you're not just getting a meal, you're partaking in their culture and history. Their culinary style tends towards comfort food and hearty dishes that share characteristics with the cuisines of Serbia, Hungary, Turkey, and Germany. Traditionally, mealtime is an opportunity to bring people together in Romania, and many preparations still lend themselves to a communal serving style. Some of Romania's most iconic dishes include ciorba, a type of soup, sarmale, cabbage rolls, and papanaș, a cake-like dessert. Why not try Romania's iconic dishes in one of Bucharest's historic restaurants like Caru cu Bere or Butoiul d'Aur? Number 4. Transylvanian villages. Are you a sucker for an English Hamlet or Germany's Bavarian villages? Then you absolutely need to visit Romania. You know all those quaint little villages that Dracula is portrayed as having preyed upon? Well, imagine them on a sunny afternoon and flourishing free from supernatural threats. Romania as a whole, but the region of Transylvania in particular, is dotted with picture-perfect historic villages. Transylvania is located in central Romania and is bordered by the Carpathian Mountains. These towering peaks imbue the entire area with an epic quality that perfectly complements the old-world charms of the fairy tale villages. The most popular of the bunch is Vișcri, built around a 12th century church. Saxon houses are the defining construction style of Transylvania's historic villages, but this village boasts the best preserved examples. Other must-visit villages include Copșa Mare, Cisna Dioara, and Crit. Number 3. Castles. If you recall your vampire lessons, Count Dracula liked to rest his head in a castle. Well, technically in a coffin, but that coffin was always in a castle. If there are any vampires out there looking to relocate to a place where they'll feel like home, they'll find themselves spoiled for choice. This country is a land of castles. The most famous of the bunch is, of course, Bran Castle. Though this was never explicitly identified as Bram Stoker's inspiration for Dracula's castle, popular culture has linked the two. Vampiric connections or not, this national monument makes for a fascinating visit. And it's just one of the many historic castles in Romania. The country actually has 9 major castles and well over 100 castles of lesser historical significance. If epic architecture is your thing, make sure to add Lazar Castle, Peles Castle, and Corvinilor Castle to your itinerary. Number 2. The beauty of Bucharest. Romania's capital city is quite frankly stunning, especially the old city center. Bucharest has a wealth of historic structures to appreciate, many of which have been lovingly restored. That being said, as you explore the city, you'll also encounter once lavish structures that have fallen into disrepair, and this adds to Bucharest's mystique. The blend of Belle Époque architecture and communist-era construction is jarring at times, but for all the apparent contradictions, the end result is undeniably enchanting. The Palace of the Parliament is an absurdly over-the-top display of a dictator's vanity. The Roman Athenaeum and the National Museum of Art are both stunning. While the city is perhaps best known for its architectural beauty and historic value, Bucharest is also a modern city with a lot to offer in terms of contemporary culture and nightlife. Independent cafes, museums, beer gardens, and trendy restaurants abound. Number 1. Untarnished natural beauty. We've already talked about the Danube Delta and the Bucegi Mountains, but that's just a small fraction of what Romania has to offer in terms of natural beauty. The Carpathian Mountains offer endless opportunities for outdoor adventures and great landscape photography. Add to that the beaches of the Black Sea coast, and you've easily got enough to fill your first trip. But Romania is also home to a number of more specific natural wonders. These include eastern Romania's Berca mud volcanoes, which feel utterly alien. If you're looking for something a bit more traditionally photogenic, be sure to visit Bihar Waterfall. Another great way to appreciate the beauty of Romania is by car. Road tripping allows you to appreciate the landscape as it changes before your very eyes. If renting a car is an option, Transfăgara-Șan Road is a must experience. The 60-mile stretch of mountain road is considered one of the most unique scenic drives anywhere on Earth. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Mojo Travels, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.